All right, I think it's time to make a tier list because I know how much people love tier lists. I know I haven't done DSR yet, so I can't do DSR, but I can do all the other four. All right, first of all, rules for this: healer, POV. I only done these as healer. I've only done these as white mage. Wait, have I done them in sage? No, only white mage. Top was white mage. T, yeah. Oh wait, no. I've done as sage. I have done as sage, so I've done it as both. White mage and sage and and then white mage and the other three. Got it. Right. So it's pretty much just going to strictly be healer point of view. I mean, I'm sure I'll still go over mechanic wise, everything like that. But mostly I want to focus on how it is to heal these fights. What phases are the weakest? What phases are the most fun? What mechanics are the most fun to heal? Stuff like that. Rule number 2. What's rule number 2? The fuck is rule number 2? Oh yeah, no, this is not a week 1 POV. My static raids 9 hours a week, no matter what. Okay. The only exception we broke this rule was top was a fucking mess. Okay, for us because it was our first ultimate. We barely had any experience, most of us, doing ultimates, and we went through roster changes a lot. We went through a lot of roster swaps, so it took us a long time to clear top. So the only reason we did like some crunch time at the end of top, right? It's because Savage was going to come out soon, and we wanted to clear it before Savage. So other than that, we usually just do 9 hours a week. So I know a lot of ultimates, like clearing week 1, clearing week 2, is more about doing it blind as well as, like, just it's the fun of it. It's just trying to figure shit out. But I'm never gonna do that. So I'm never gonna have those same type of experiences as people who clear, like, week 1 and doing it almost completely blind. So because I'm never gonna raid 16-hour days every day for like a week or 2 weeks. Like, it's just not happening. So yeah, I mean, it's literally, yeah, I guess that's it. Right? I mean, I don't really have many rules to this. It's just gonna be from a healer perspective, and it's not coming from someone who's cleared it super early. So, all right, let's get started then. What are we starting with? Twintania. Okay, Twintania. Let's just go through my kill video and look at Twintania. Not much healing going on. I don't even regen the tanks this early. I just do my thing. Oh, I think I benefited him for the tank buster. Okay, so I got the stack. So normally I'm the healer that doesn't stack, like we for limit gauge or limit break purposes. So I don't stack. Usually it's my co-healer, but since I got it, I have to voice that, hey, it was me who got it, so don't stack with me. So all I do for that is just Asylum. That's it. The healing here is very, very minimal, and you can see it, we're all tops already. Like, he used Physis and I used Asylum. I'll use Caracal too as well. That's it. That's all. That's it to top. So from here, just spam and stone. Put air or whatever the fuck, arrow back up again. Here. Okay, so I regen the tank because the warrior's tanking now. Log has the Sage buff, so he does not need really any attention from me at all. So pretty much Vi can cover Log the whole time. So the only person who really needs healing as far as tanks go in this phase is Aura, and he's a warrior, and warriors don't really need that much healing. I mean, you need a little bit, but not much. They're not crazy like they are at 90, but they still can heal themselves pretty well. So I just regen the tank. So our machinist is kiting, so I regen him after the first one goes out, and literally that regen is more than enough to keep him top for the second kite. So again, just going back to stone. Don't need to worry about these people even taking the hat. That regen's just keeping the machinist alive. My regen on the tank's keeping him alive. Haven't even used a lily yet. Still haven't used a lily yet. I think I might use one here. Nope, still haven't used one yet. So we get twisters. But again, I still have not used a lily yet to heal. I regen the tank. Log's tanking now. I regen the machinist. Again, just nothing. Still nothing's happening. Okay, Vi has to kite. Or no, he hit stack, sorry. So even for this, so we take a huge hit, I still don't have to do anything. He just does Ixocle or whatever, and then heals us all up. We have Physis going, we have Caracal going. It all regens us. Again, just regen the tank. Still have not used the Lily yet. I'm pretty sure I've still not used the Lily. My 2 minutes are up. I think I used one here. Yep. Oh no, I used Tetra. I still don't use a Lily yet. I don't think I didn't use a Lily the entire phase 1. I didn't use a Lily the entire phase 1. All I did to heal was regens and Tetra, Asylum. That's literally it. I never used the Medica. I never used a Lily, nothing. So phase 1 is by far the most boring phase I've ever done healing wise. Like there's just no damage happening at all. It's absolutely insane. I mean, and mechanic wise, there's nothing happening. Like I know the DPS have a lot of mechanics, but healers literally have nothing. We just regen the tanks and the machinist and just keep hitting the boss. So honestly, this has got to be F tier, right? Like it's just got to be. Where's Twintania? F. Like it's just gotta be. It's gotta be F tier as far as healers concerned, and just overall. That the mechanics are super simple. I mean, it's great for like this. This is like a perfect beginner intro ultimate. It's perfect because there's really not much happening. It's actually kind of feels. It doesn't even feel like a savage fight. It feels like a normal like raid fight basically to me. I don't know. So yeah, that's an F. All right, so this is a little game I like to play. I like to try to time my Medica so it goes off right as he comes down, so like the damage just instantly healed up. That was actually more fun than to be honest, it was more fun doing that. I forgot my food buff there. I was like, oh shit, I don't have a food buff on. It's actually more fun doing that than all of phase 1, which timing that shit. So here again, tank uses home gang, don't have to worry about healing them. I think I Benny him here at the very last second, so I Benny a size, heals everybody back up. Again, I still haven't used the Lily yet, so again, the healing here also depends on the quotes. It could be super easy because in out there's no raid damage, but if you have in stack, the healing becomes much more different. It actually makes the phase more fun when you have stacks. But here we have in out, so again, I've regen the tank. I Medica here too for, I don't know why, honestly. I honestly don't know why I Medica 2 there. You really don't have to do that. So, oh, I did use the Lily. Where did I use the Lily? Where did I use it? I must have used it in the tank when we were running out or something. Okay, so I used it in the tank when we were running out. So that is the first Lily of the fight, and we're about 3 minutes into the fight, and that's the first time I used Lily. Didn't need the Medica 2 there. Petra the tank. I think I Lily the tank here again because he's getting really fucking low. No, I just completely ignore him. Asylum here because we have a stack coming. So this is actually when it's fun. So the stack takes us down to about 4 or 5k each for everybody. But then Medica 2, Asylum, that's it. We're sitting pretty. Caracol, Business. We actually like overheal this a lot. I probably didn't even need to Medica 2 that, but it's fine. This fire is going to do a little bit of day rate damage here. Gonna do like 2 or 3k to everybody. Yeah, Ash dies because he had fire. Again, Medica 2. I didn't even really need to do that. I just did it. I don't know. But again, out. There's no stack again. We had 1 stack this entire time. Medica 2 to heal the fire. Man, I just watched the tanks basically. Tetra the tank again. Have regen going on the tank. And use a Lily on the tank. Like this phase is mainly again tank damage. Very little raid damage depending on the quotes you get. Again, a huge tank buster, and I think we do get dives here. Again, we get stacks, so I gotta make sure everybody's topped up before we get stack. So I get C, and then the stack goes off right now, I think. I don't get grip back for some reason, I don't know. So I don't take any damage, but again, it's just Medica 2. I have a size coming up here. So I think I use in the size here after the tank buster because I wanted to make sure the tank lived. So I made sure to use Lilies on the tank because it actually does hit hard. The tank busters actually hit fucking hard. That is the one thing that you actually need to watch out for is the tank busters on the tanks. The tanks take the most damage, phase 1 and phase 2. I mean, overall, the mechanics, they're kind of just all right, I guess. I mean, this phase is kind of average to me. It's... You know, you're pretty much stacking the whole time. The only time you leave is to get your Doom and to take Lightning out. And if you're Fire too. That's the only time you really need to leave the stack. But yeah, I mean, dive bomb's super easy. You just go ABC. It's really not that hard. Yeah, so overall, I guess B. I guess this phase. Where are we going with this? What is this phase called? Nael, including transition? Does that mean this transition? Okay, so somebody told me, actually my co-healer told me in PF The healers are struggle healing this unless they have tank LB3, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I don't understand how you cannot heal this without LB3. This doesn't make any sense to me. All right, so we have LB2, right? I Medica 2 here. He puts shields up. He doesn't do anything else. He puts shields up, right? That's all he does. So I cure 3, thin air, cure 3. Done. I don't understand how that is. I don't understand how PF struggles to heal this without LB3. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. It's super easy. It's still pretty average. It's really depending on if you get stacks, sure, it makes it a little harder in Nael, but I mean, it's just pretty average, honestly. If you don't get stacks, then it's really, there's not a lot to heal other than the tanks. Other than the tanks, there's really not a whole lot to heal. And I even wasted like 2 Medica 2s in there. So you take those 2 Medica 2s out and I'm casting, what, a few lilies on the tanks, regenning the tanks, and maybe 1 Medica 2, maybe an Asylum. That's pretty much it. And then the 2 Cure 3s in the transition because there's nothing happening. So why not? You know what I mean? Like, it's like this fight is not an enrage check, a DPS check whatsoever. So to me personally, I could honestly not DPS and just literally spam heals, and we'd still comfortably kill this boss. Like, it's not even close. So again, after this, I benefit him for the tank buster, but then he bolides the rest of it, and then I spend my lilies here to heal him back up. I use 2 lilies usually to heal him back up. And then I Medica 2 here while we wait for the dragons, because why not? Might as well. This is gonna help heal the people that are going out for or stacking and spreading for Earthshakers, because a little bit here is still ticks. See, I still have 6 seconds left on my Medica 2, and I put Asylum out because why not? And then I Medica 2 again plus the size. We're all topped, easy. And then mechanics over. See, I don't even like see Bahamut's targetable. Like, where's he targetable right now? I'm still worried about just healing. Don't care about damage. Literally don't care. Just want to survive. Make sure everybody's topped up. And once I realize we're all safe, everybody's good, then I start DPSing. Because there's literally no point in trying to min-max this shit. The DPS, the enrage is not even like an issue. E3 is when I really start to enjoy this fight. So not gonna lie, when we first started progging this, I hated it. I absolutely hated it because P1 and P2 were so damn boring. And we should have been past P2, I think, like 2 weeks before we were. But it was so mind-numbingly boring to heal. Like, oh my god. All right, so phase 3 starts, right? Went over that already. Oh right, so I guess that is a mechanic, right? What was that? Let's see. I mean, I can never remember. Was that quick march? Yeah, quick march. I mean, quick march again, pretty average. Like, it's okay to heal that. You Medica 2 before you go out, just so you get a couple ticks there. Like when people take some damage from the dives and the Earthshaker. But I mean, again, it's really not that hard to heal. Yeah, I mean, mechanically, really the only way you wipe on this is getting hit by Twister. But once you figure out how to move for Twister, it's really not that bad. Oh, the other way we die too is if the tanks don't pick up the tether correctly and the tether jumps back to the group or something like that. That's another way to wipe on that. So you can have 2 ways to wipe. You can have Twisters or you can have tank tether. But if only one person dies, you can easily recover. Even if it's tank, you could still recover from it. So yeah. About average. Okay, so after this, then we're going to Blackfire Trio. Okay, so this is actually the one part where I was like, how the fuck do I heal this? Because we're running, and we have to, and then after we get to Nael, we have to like go left and right, and then we still have to keep running because then we got to meet back. We got to meet back here for Mega Flare, and then we also have to soak towers on the sides, and then dodge the stupid bleed bubble things. So I'm like, damn, how the hell do I heal this? Because when we first got here, I was like, I couldn't cast anything. I didn't have a size up yet. I didn't have anything. So I was like, well, I have to save my Swift cast for this because other than that, it's really sketchy not having Swift. So I planetary, Swift Medica. Ico dies somehow. I don't know how he died. I think he died from the bleed or something from the thought. Let me check. Yes, he died from the fire. So nothing to do to prevent that. But again, you have somebody die in this phase, one person, it's fine. You just cover their tower. That's it. Like, he was supposed to be the tower right here, so we just have somebody go out there and cover it instead. 2 people went out and covered it. It's fine, doesn't matter. So then after this, it can be a little sketchy to heal people back up after this. Depending on where these orbs spawn and depending where the group is, it can be a little spread out. But as you can see, we're pretty healthy right now. Like, my Medica 2 should top kip. Ico he shouldn't be doing anything right now, so he won't take any damage. Yeah, and we're fine. So now here, the tanks, our Gunbreaker here, he's gonna take 1 big hit in the beginning, but then he's gonna have mitts up for the next 2 hits. So he takes 1 big hit here. I think I lily him here. Yeah, use 1 lily, and then that's it. Benison, and then that's pretty much it. Like, the first hits, you could see pretty hard. Then the next 2 hits, really nothing. So that was it. I think I would give that one, I'd probably give that one an A, because I actually did have to think about how to heal that. It actually is a little tricky to heal, like a little bit. Like, this is the first time in the fight where I was like, I actually have to think about like what I have to do, and I absolutely needed to have Swift there while we were progging it. After progging it, don't necessarily need Swift, but it does make it a little harder to heal everyone back up before Mega Flare happens. So I mean, overall it's good. I mean, you got to look for Nael, and then you got to make sure you run it at a correct speed. You got to make sure you stack for Mega Flare. You got to make sure you soak the tower correctly. It's a pretty decent one. I mean, I know considering this is like literally their first ultimate, so I understand. I'm being a little lenient here because I mean the ultimate's top, and I haven't done DSR, but I've seen DSR, and I know people who've cleared it, and they said DSR is like one of the best fights ever. So, as it should be, honestly, because I know these are the early ultimates. They should be the worst, because if they're not, let's say these are like honestly the best ones, and the ones they just came out with are worse, and that doesn't mean they're making them better. So these obviously should be like towards the these UWU and UCOB should be at the bottom, personally, because they're like beginner ultimates, and then they were the first ones, so they're kind of experimenting with what to do and how to make them and stuff like that. So I am being a little lenient. Like if I was to compare these mechs to like top, these would all be F probably. I'm not gonna lie. Like almost, I think this entire fight would be F. If I was judging them against like top or even T, these would all be like C or F. So, but since I'm judging it based on like when it was released, you know, and just like the mechanics back then compared to now, so for back then, sure, I think it was a pretty good one. I actually had to think about how to heal that, and I mean, putting Swift to heal isn't like a 200 IQ fucking play, but you know, I actually did have to think, okay, I guess I need to save Swift here to heal on the run, because yeah. So anyway, Fellruin Trio. This one, okay, this one is pretty easy. So basically, depending on quote, I think this one's in spread, though we spread out. But whenever it's in spread, I usually always just stay put in the middle. I never really spread anywhere. So then we all collapse on 3. I put Asylum down a little early. I mean, I Medica 2. Then I cure 3 in the middle, and it hits everyone except the Machinist, because for some reason, and it's not just him. Okay, I did rage a little bit here, but it's not just him. It literally, I think every single Fizz range I've ever played with, they're always off on their own fucking world when I have to AoE heal, and they never get it, and it drives me insane. So now I have to benison him. You know, and it's something like in this ultimate, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's whatever. Like, the tank should be fine without my benison or not, but like in top or something, and if I had to use like a Tetra or a benison or something else, not for the tanks, to get them topped up for a tank buster, and I had to use it on somebody who wasn't in my AoE heal or something, just to make sure they lived, that could cause a wipe. That literally could. So, but in these early ultimates, it literally doesn't matter. So anyway, like that mechanic is super easy to heal. You literally just Medica 2. I think what did I use? Asylum, Medica 2, and I think I used a Cure 3. I used Medica 2 as size, Asylum, and then a Cure 3, just to be safe. I actually probably didn't even need that Cure 3. Now that I look back on it, let me look. Did I take a bunch of damage here? I mean, yeah, probably. Yeah, we probably needed it. I mean, I needed it. Z-Drone, Ash might have been fine, but Ico definitely needed it. But he doesn't get it. Doesn't reach him. So then I have to benison him just to make sure he survived. But yeah, other than that, that was it. That's all I needed. See, I still haven't used my 2 minutes yet because we're literally gonna kill this boss, I think, before he even goes to the next phase. Like I said, DPS does not matter in these early ultimates whatsoever. Just keeping everyone alive as a healer, you'll be perfectly fine. And just throwing in stones and arrows whenever you can, perfectly fine. So anyway, what was that? Fellruin? That was Fellruin, right? Is it really same tier as Twintania as healing? Probably not. I'd probably put it in C tier. It's definitely not hard to heal. It's definitely harder to heal than these two, I think. Or not as hard. Yeah, I think C is a good place for this one. Yeah, that's good. Okay, C tier it is. So then, as you can see, the boss is literally, we gotta hit him 60%, and then he's dead. Any DPS you do after 60% literally does not matter. So as you can see, going to Heavensfall, he's pretty much almost dead already. Now Heavensfall, this is probably my favorite mechanic in this fight. So the dragons come down, Nael's on the left, so that's pretty cool for me. So I just go hug Nael a little bit. So I'm L2, so I look at Nael, see the R, the one under Nael's always R1. So I'm L2, so I find my spot. Everyone's topped. Got Caracol going right now. Got big shields. Sitting pretty right now. I haven't had to heal yet. So I get knocked in my tower, and then I just medic a 2. Because why not? There's nothing to heal. Or there's nothing to DPS. There's nothing to do right now. So I medic a 2. And then I hit me, I hit Ash, I hit the 2 tanks. So I heal half the group. And then you just do your dodges here. Stay on the outside for a little bit. Then cut in once the orbs are done. So when I come in here, we get Tactician, we get Heart. I think we usually get Shake here too, but I think you use Shake on the towers themselves, which is fine. It's whatever, because that's I mean, you either use Shake on the towers or you use Shake here. It doesn't matter. Effectively, it's the same no matter what. It's mitigating damage no matter where you use it there. So I think he used it on the towers. So anyway, we come in here. I medic it to a size that usually tops us up. Yeah, we're topped immediately, and that's all I have to do. That's it. And then I just stone, benison the tank, because the tank's gonna take some tank busters. I actually benison the wrong tank. Now that I look at it, I benison the wrong tank. Whatever, who cares? And then I medic a 2 to make sure we're all topped up for the next mechanic. So again, Tenstrike coming up. He's at 53%. Literally all the damage we did here literally means nothing, absolutely nothing. This one is this really S tier though? Is it S tier? It's not that hard to heal. I'd say it's probably the same as Blackfire, honestly. Honestly, it's probably the same as Blackfire. I really don't see it being S tier. Okay, let me think about it step by step. So you go into it, you gotta find your tower, you gotta go out, like for quick march basically. You gotta locate Nael, then you gotta find your tower. You just soak your tower, it's not that big a deal. There's no damage happening until you soak the tower, and even then you have Caracol. Even without a warrior, just Caracol or just a little bit of mit there is not that big a deal. And like I said, you medic a 2, and then when you meet back up, you have a bunch of, yeah, it's really not that bad. Honestly, it's A tier. For this fight, it's A tier. Now that I think about it, I don't think anything here is S tier. Now that I think about it. Okay, so Tenstrike Trio, right? So we're all spread out around here. This was by far the hardest one for me to heal. This is the hardest thing for me to heal here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, but this was the hardest one to heal. So anyway, 3 hatches go out. We calm on voice who we're covering. I try not to cover anybody. After I get the dive and I see the hatch, I try to like slowly, I try to sneak my way to the middle. So that way I size. And then I try to medic a 2 here. And then I get Earthshaker and see how Ash and Aiko are just still low for some reason. And Aiko just barely lives. You know, well, not just barely, but he's lower than I would like him to be. But the reason why this is so hard for me to heal initially, progging this, was because I have all these dives going off. Then you gotta try to make your way towards the center as quickly as possible, in between the hatches and the Earthshaker is getting applied. So for me personally, not getting an Earthshaker the first time is perfect, because then I can easily get a Medica 2 and then like heal the party up with maybe even a Cure 3, and then I'd be fine. But getting it first, I have to like position myself further out, because you want the first Earthshakers to be as far out as possible. for these puddles or whatever. So then the second people who get it don't have to go as far out. So this was honestly the hardest part. And then after all of that, then you got to heal everybody up for Giga Flare. And I think I used Medica 2 and Cure 3 there. Let me see. Yeah, after it's over, I Medica 2, and then I Cure 3 just to be sure, which I'm pretty sure we needed it because ICO was kind of low. And then after that, again, not too bad. We actually got really fucking low there. I think people missed some mits, but whatever. But yeah, that was the hardest for me to like comfortably heal. When we first were progging it, we would have people, 1 or 2 people usually die there, which again is usually fine because you can recover. You can recover from death in this fight so easily. Is that S tier? So you got hatches going out, and then you got to make sure you're all spread out, and then you can't have the same person select the same hatch. So you got to communicate who's getting the hatches, and then you got to do Earthshakers properly. Am I being too? Would I be too harsh if I put this also in A tier? Maybe. I mean, it's a good phase. I just don't think it's like, oh my god, this is like incredible. So on it, whoops. I think I am gonna put this in A tier as well. It's a good phase. It's pretty decently healing wise. Like there's a good amount of healing going out. You have the 2 hatches going off, right? So you got 2 hatches going off. You have the dives. Everyone's taking dives. And then you have Earthshakers also going out, and then you have the Giga Flare right after that. So there's like 5. So I know the hatches don't hit too hard, but they do hit a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, I probably put it at the top of A, and then I'd probably put Heavensfall here, and then Blackfire there. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So we're almost there. So Grand Octet. I mean, I don't even think I'm gonna rank this. I don't even think I'm gonna rank this one. Okay, so let's see the heals I do here. Okay, so first you find Bahamut, and then we're gonna go, oh, I fucked this up actually, dude. So I don't know why, but I'm like, okay, I gotta find Bahamut and then run opposite, and then somehow in my head I'm like, I gotta run to Bahamut. I don't know why I thought that. So I initially started running, and I'm like, oh fuck, I see everybody running. So then I had to use sprint here to catch up to the party because I really thought I was gonna fuck everybody up. But honestly, I think I would have been fine if I didn't need to use sprint there. And then I was like, shit, now we have to sprint, and now I don't have it. So yeah, I was really sweating this out. So anyway, this whole mechanic is just running around in a circle, baiting the dives, and then you tank LB3 here to literally nullify almost all the damage. I think I Medica 2 here just because why not? You know, I don't think you really need it, but I did it just because. And then we surecast here to make sure we don't get hit by Twintania, and then Z-Drone dies to a Twister or something. I actually don't know what the fuck he died to. Ran into a Twister or something. He ran into his own Twister. Okay. But anyway, like, you don't even need that Medica 2. I don't even think that Medica 2 was useful at all. Yeah, as long as you have tank LB3, you don't have to heal. So, and usually you always have tank LB3. If you don't have tank LB3, it's probably way harder to heal. I think we did get to that phase a few times without tank LB3, and it wasn't really crazy to heal, but it was like, it was okay. But with the using tank LB3 strat, there's no healing. So I mean, if I'm doing this tier list with, like, you know, just basing it off of that, it's F, because there's no healing. there's literally no healing. But if you don't have tank LB3, it's probably in the B tier. But I have to go with what I know, and that is we tank LB3, so there's literally nothing to heal. So it's an F tier. And plus, the whole mechanic is you're literally just running any phase that you can literally just nullify with tank LB3. Like, we literally could just nullify the entire phase, other than just running around in a circle and then just running back middle, tank LB3, ignore everything. Just sit in a tower and make sure you don't get hit by Twisters, and make sure you don't get hit by Twintania. Just sheer casting. It's, I don't know. To me, it can't be higher than an F. It can't be higher than an F. Like, it has to be in the same tier as Twintania, because you can literally negate the entire phase with tank LB3. So, okay. Now, I forgot this was a phase. This is probably my favorite phase. The ads phase is probably my favorite phase to heal. So we start here. I pre-regen the tanks. I probably put the one on the warrior a little too early, but the tanks take so much damage in this phase. It is unbelievable. This has got to be on the level. This is honestly, I think, the hardest phase I've ever healing tanks. Over top, over Ubu, over Over P2T? Nah, P2T might actually be rougher than this. Yeah, I think P2T is rougher than this, but this is still pretty rough. Like, you cannot really like slack on healing them. You really have to pay attention to the tank's health, because they're taking you're taking multiple tank busters, constantly taking autos, constantly taking stupid dive bomb thing. Yeah, it's just like I'm constantly using lilies and constantly trying to keep regens on them, trying to keep them alive. And then so there's no raid damage yet. It's just really just all tanks, all tanks, all tanks. So I know there's stack coming after this, so I pre-asylum, and then I start casting Medica 2 before it even comes out. That way, as soon as it's over, we run out for twisters, and now it's back to healing tanks again. Got a Mega Flare coming in, so we're gonna have raid damage here. I should be more positioned towards the middle, honestly. After the twisters, I should just go more middle here, so I'm ready. Because now I have to run my ass over, run my fucking Lalafell ass over there to get the Medica 2 off, which is really all you need. You don't really need much in that. I think I regen Ico here, yeah, to because I know he's gonna take some baits here. But again, I'm rolling regens on the tanks, just always keeping an eye on the tanks here. The tanks take so much damage in this phase. Oh, it's in spread stack, I think. Okay, so we spread out here, and then we're stacking in the 4. I think I lilied Ico there just to be safe. Let me hit twisters again. God, this phase is so fun. This phase is so fun. I love this phase so much. Not only healing wise, but then mechanics wise. So you got 3 quotes. So you had, you know, right there we had in spread stack, or you can have like out. I actually don't know the combos. Out spread stack maybe. I think out spread stack's like by far the easiest one, because literally you just spread around 4 or wherever. And you already do 2 quotes, and then you just stack on 4. Like, that one's the easiest one. But I think the in-out spread or something like that is probably the hardest one. Or in-spread stack is pretty hard too. So then you have those going on, then you have twisters, then you have the tank damage, then you have to make sure the raid's topped for the AO Mega Flares afterwards. Then you also have to make sure your kiter is also healed too. So again, like, the tanks just took a fuck ton of damage there. And I'm pretty sure... one pull I did have to use Benny. Don't be afraid to use Benny. Like, literally don't be afraid to use Benny in this phase, because the tanks won't need it again until you get the P6. Or Golden Bahamut, I mean, not P6. But anyway, yeah, ads phase, by far S tier. That's S tier, not even close. As far as healing, not only healing, but mechanics wise, and it's really short too. It's like what, like a minute and a half. 11:21, and we cleared it at, yeah, it's like a little over 2 minutes, which is like actually a perfect amount of time. All right, so P6. Oh boy, so the healing in P6. I mean, if we're okay, I gotta have to maybe do 2 tier lists. Okay, this is strictly healing. Okay, no, I'm not taking mechanic. I should. Okay, wait, I gotta redo this tier list then. If I'm just taking into account healing, Golden Bahamut's an F. Like, I'm not even joking. There is no healing in this. All right, there's no healing. Okay, watch. So we melee LB3. Somehow, you have to mitt. Okay, it's all about mitt. It's not even healing. You have to mitt the first raid AoE appropriately. I think you need like 40% mitt or something like that. I think you need at least 20. But in order to feel comfortable, 40% would be nice, I think. 30 to 40. Anyway, so we melee LB right off the bat, and that almost fills our LB gauge up. So you LB1, and there it is. So you get LB1 for literally every single raid AoE. So that takes away so that takes the 20% mitt right there. So any other mitt you add on is just extra safety. So you don't have to heal the AoEs. Tank busters, the tanks just kitchen sink the first and fourth, and then immune the second and third. So you don't have to heal the second tank buster. You don't have to heal the third tank buster. You don't really have to heal the AoEs from Mornafa. Then that's it. That's all the healing in the fight. That's that in that phase. That's it. That's all there is. And the tanks kitchen sink the first and the fourth, so they really don't need much healing at all. And maybe throw a Solace in there. maybe a Benison, but that's about it. So, and then you have exo flares to dodge, which are probably the easiest exo flares to dodge I've ever seen in any game. So here we go. Second Akmorn, tank Bolides. Don't have to heal. Was that the third raid wide? Yeah, so third raid wide comes. We tank LB it. Caracal. I Medica 2. That's it. I just Medica 2 to heal us all back up before the next one, because there's no damage happening other than that for the raid whatsoever. So when they get healed up, really doesn't, as long as they're top before the next raid wide, that's all you got to worry about. And the raid wides are so spread out that it's not even an issue. So the raid wides are whatever, you just tank LB them every single time. This one we don't have tank LB for some reason, so we had to burn a little extra mid here. But again, we live. Barely, but we live. So again, just Medica 2 back up again, whatever. Akmorn's coming. Again, tank home gangs this. Don't have to do anything. I just Benny him after it's over. We're just chilling. Exo flares happen. You just dodge the exo flares. And then here comes the next one. We tank LB2 this because we actually missed the tank LB1 in the last one. So tank LB2 is literally all you need. So we shouldn't really take much damage here at all. Yeah, we're like half health. I Medica 2 just to be safe, because why not? The damage check in this entire fight is literally nothing. So here comes the last Akmorn. Tanks just kitchen sink it. I don't even solace this. I don't even solace this. I don't even solace it whatsoever. The tanks just kitchen sink. That's it. Let's just make 2 tier lists then. Okay, this is healing, just overall healing. I do think ads should be S tier for healing. Yeah, this is okay. I think this is about right. So if we're just doing healing, Octet, Twintania, and Golden Bahamut, you don't have to heal us at all. Octet, you don't have to heal. Twintania is literally just regens on tanks and the machinist. That's about it. Golden Bahamut, you might have to heal the tanks on the first Akmorn a little bit. The AoEs just get midded. Don't have to heal that. Just dodge exo flares. There's no healing on exo flares. That's it. Apparently I need malware bites. But yeah, I mean, healing this, I mean, I think I'm being kind of generous with Blackfire, Heavensfall, and Tenstrike healing it. I mean, it's fine. There's something to do. It's nothing crazy though. Ads definitely probably the hardest thing to heal in this fight. And it's not even close. So actually, I'm gonna leave it as it is. This is a good healing tier list. Really mid to heal for most of the fight. There are a few mechanics here. Tenstrike, Heavensfall, Blackfire, you actually have to like heal a little bit, but it's not like crazy. It's okay. And then ads, definitely hardest thing to heal in this fight. So healing, that's how I would do it. Now if I was to do this mechanically, no, I put Nael to A. Quick March can stay at B. Fellruin stays at C. I think I just move. Honestly I just moved Nael to A, and then that's it. I think that's the only change I'd make. Instead of having Nael at B to heal, I think I moved Nael to A, because I think I shouldn't. Is it really though? Because all the strat is so simple that you just need to stay stacked the whole time and just watch your fire and ice, and that's all you need to do. And then watch your lightning debuff, and it's literally just watching debuffs the whole fight, the whole phase. Now that I think about it, it's just watching debuffs. Do you have lightning? Do you have doom? Do you have fire? Do you have ice? And if you have fire and fire's coming, just get out of the stack. If you have doom, go get your doom. Like it's just, you're just stacked unless you have like certain debuffs, and that's literally it. Maybe I am being harsh on Nael. I'm really mixed between this. Is it better than Blackfire? Maybe. Yeah. Probably. No. We're leaving it as is. This is staying B as far as mechanics, or as far as, yeah. No, I'm just leaving it as it is. No, it's perfect. This is the perfect tier list. Okay. F tier for this. No, this is good. Perfect. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You're one of the few that actually make it to the end of the video. I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn notifications on, all that whole thing. Really honestly helps push the video whenever you do that. Please feel free to leave a comment about your experiences about Ubu or UCOB or any other ultimate that you field. I'm planning on doing these videos for every single ultimate, but UCOB was the one I just most recently done, so I definitely am very fresh with the with remembering what I did and when I did. So, but yeah, I definitely want to do more of these. Once I do DSR and finish it sometime at the beginning of this year, I'll probably do a video where I rank all 5 of them and give comparisons, like stuff like that. So, but yeah, anyway, thanks guys. Peace.